The terrible storm in Brazil intensified rapidly, bringing devastating consequences to many regions. The combination of heavy rainfall and powerful winds caused severe destruction, leading to widespread flooding that submerged streets, damaged homes, and disrupted daily life. Many communities were left without electricity, and transportation was severely affected as roads became impassable. Emergency response teams worked tirelessly to rescue stranded residents and provide aid to those in need. The full extent of the damage is still being assessed, but the storm has undoubtedly left a lasting impact on the affected areas. The old trees, unable to withstand the relentless force of the powerful winds, were all uprooted and broken, leaving behind a scene of devastation with fallen trunks and scattered branches, blocking roads and damaging nearby structures. Entire neighborhoods were submerged in floodwaters, with homes, vehicles, and streets disappearing beneath the rising tide, leaving residents stranded and emergency responders struggling to navigate the devastation. After the storm passed, all that remained was a massive pile of rubble, broken homes, shattered trees, and scattered debris, serving as a haunting reminder of the storm's destructive power. The people in the devastated area could only stand helplessly, watching in sorrow as everything they had built was swept away by the relentless floodwaters after the storm, leaving behind nothing but destruction and despair. A once peaceful street was suddenly transformed into a vast, raging sea of water, with powerful currents sweeping away everything in their path and leaving the neighborhood unrecognizable. A lingering low-pressure system continues to hover over many regions, bringing relentless rainfall and powerful winds that exacerbate the already dire situation. As rivers overflow and floodwaters rise, communities struggle to cope with the worsening conditions, facing disruptions to daily life, damaged infrastructure, and an increasing need for emergency assistance. Relentless floodwaters submerged roads and properties, leaving many people stranded and their homes, businesses, and belongings severely damaged. Streets turned into rivers, making transportation nearly impossible, while residents struggled to salvage what little they could from the rising waters. The sea turned violent as rough waters and towering waves crashed against roads and buildings, eroding coastlines, flooding streets, and causing extensive damage to infrastructure. The relentless force of the waves shattered windows, tore apart structures, and left communities along the shore struggling to cope with the destruction. The powerful storm left a trail of devastation, causing immense destruction across the affected regions. Hundreds of houses were reduced to rubble, leaving countless families homeless, while fierce winds and torrential rains toppled trees, collapsed buildings, and severed power lines. Tragically, thousands of people were injured or lost their lives, and rescue teams worked tirelessly to search for survivors amid the wreckage. The scale of the disaster was overwhelming, leaving communities in shock and in desperate need of aid and support. The powerful earthquake struck with devastating force, reducing roads to rubble, crushing vehicles, and leveling houses, leaving a scene of chaos and destruction. The widespread damage severely disrupted transportation, making it nearly impossible for emergency responders to reach those in need. Cracked highways, collapsed bridges, and debris-blocked streets left entire communities isolated, further complicating rescue and relief efforts. As aftershocks continued to rattle the region, residents faced immense challenges in navigating the shattered landscape and rebuilding their lives. As the powerful earthquake struck, roads and bridges shook violently, their structures groaning under the immense force of the tremors. Cracks split through the asphalt, and some bridges buckled or collapsed, cutting off vital routes and leaving communities isolated. Vehicles swayed uncontrollably, and terrified residents watched helplessly as the ground beneath them trembled, bringing widespread fear and devastation. The casualty rate caused by earthquakes is alarmingly high, resulting in a significant loss of human life and leaving countless families in mourning. The sheer force of the tremors topples buildings, traps people under debris, and overwhelms emergency response efforts. In the aftermath, rescue teams race against time to search for survivors, while hospitals struggle to treat the injured. The devastating impact of such disasters not only claims lives, but also leaves lasting emotional and economic scars on entire communities. Everything was swallowed by the thick, relentless mud, burying homes, vehicles, and streets under a heavy, suffocating layer. Trees were uprooted, buildings collapsed, and entire neighborhoods disappeared beneath the sludge, leaving behind a scene of devastation. Rescue teams struggled to navigate the treacherous terrain as desperate survivors searched for loved ones and belongings, their once familiar surroundings now unrecognizable. Thanks for following.